What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Athletic Lounge. I am Mike.
And I'm Josh.
And we have a crazy fucking week from fantasy perspective, from a football perspective. Amari Cooper, get right into it.
Oh, my God.
Amari Cooper just absolutely murdered half of these fantasy. You know, if you had Amari Cooper, you were playing against Amari Cooper.
You're good.
If you had him, you're good. If you're playing against him, you're shot.
Yeah.
You know, you were going into, what was that? That was the 1 o'clock game, I believe. So you're basically going into the later games down 54 points.
Yep.
But he had 11 receptions, 265 yards, 15 targets, and 2 TDs. And obviously they beat Houston that game. But Flacco looks fantastic.
Oh, unbelievable. I can't. He's just a heaven.
Especially coming right off, you getting off the couch and just stepping up and
didn't lose a step. I mean, he stepped right in, and he's killing it out there. I mean,
yeah, absolutely killing it. And especially from the aspect of, you look at what they had before, and like we were talking about this earlier in the year, like I feel like they just need a QB.
Yeah,
like they just need somebody that could throw the ball.
And they
finally figured it out. Yeah, so
Joe Cool coming in.
He finished with 54 points. Like I said, if you played against him, you're shot. You're most likely not moving on to the next round of the playoffs. Breece Hall also had a fantastic game, too. He had 43 points for the Jets. They beat Washington. He had 20 rushing attempts, 95 yards, 2 TDs. And he also had 96 yards receiving, too, which is 12 targets, 16 targets receiving, actually, on 12 receptions. Pickens, too. I mean, a lot of these guys that, it is the end of the year, so, I feel like a lot of these guys that weren't really putting up these massive numbers now are really starting to get bigger looks and more looks towards the end of the year, especially Pickens. Pickens had a great game with Pittsburgh and kind of keeping their
hopes alive.
Yeah. And he had 38 points, 4 receptions, 195 yards, 6 targets, 2 TDs.
Killer.
Honestly, you know what's funny is he's such an under-the-radar receiver, too.
Yeah, he is.
They've had this whole problem with
that's the thing with Pickett and
now they got Mason Randolph.
Yeah, so it's not really like the best quality throwing to him. There's still quarterbacks figuring it out, throwing it to him, but he's figured it out.
And I think Mason Rudolph keeps playing like this. Why would you rush Pickett back?
Nah, no need to. At the end of the
they have a shot at possibly pulling through there.
They could sneak in there.
They definitely can. But now Puka Nacua.
Oh my God, I played against him and I had Cooper Kupp in my lineup, so it was a battle. I was like, I think Cooper will come out with it. Nope.
Nah, Puka's just getting the looks. And what's funny? It's like when you really think about it this way. You're going to put your best corner or your best
on Cooper. Exactly.
Cooper. You're not going to put it on Puka because you're just hoping.
Yeah, but after a while.
Yeah, granted they were also playing New Orleans too.
That doesn't help too much.
But anyways, Puka had 36 points, 9 receptions, 164 yards, 11 targets, 1 TD, and he had 2 rushing attempts for 16 yards, which is crazy, man. I definitely think he's going to win something this year. He's a rookie this year, right?
Yeah.
I think he might.
There's a lot of good rookies. You got
Stroud.
There's a lot. I don't know.
I definitely see him winning something. Offensive Player of the Year.
No.
Who's better Offensive Player of the Year than him? Or maybe Tyreek.
Sorry,
Tyreek. But I'm saying, he's got to be something. He's got to get an award for something. Then he's playing great this year. He's played a significant amount of his games. It's not like he's sitting games.
No, yeah, and he produces everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Last
10 games. Yeah, last 10 games he's played every single one of them. So
yeah,
especially with Kupp out, it's kind of kept the Rams kind of in.
Oh, absolutely.
In fighting distance of what they want to if they want to make the playoffs.
And if anything, it helped Puka really step into his character a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And I do see a lot of potential with that team, and I do still think that Stafford is the guy over there.
Oh,
I still think he looks pretty good.
He's a gunslinger.
Yeah, and I just think they just need a full year with a healthy team, and I think they should
they could
be
do
able
some more
to
damage,
pull through, But Amon St. Brown, 31 points, 12 receptions, 106 yards, 14 targets, 1 TD.
Yep, another guy I played against.
Did you end up winning that week?
Oh, absolutely not. I got smoked.
But yeah, he had a great week too against Minnesota, which ended up clinch it, which ended up being the Lions clinching game, which I'm not surprised. I expected the Lions to clinch. I did. They were kind of my backup team from the Bears.
Oh, your backup team. I've been saying this since day one. The Lions, baby.
Yeah, do you see? I mean, now looking at it from a long-term perspective, do you see somebody giving the Lions a good run for their money in the playoffs?
Absolutely. There's definitely teams that are, I would say, good. The Lions aren't the best team in the league. So the Ravens, 49ers, all those teams.
Yeah, Eagles.
Eagles, yes, they will absolutely. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the Lions to get through this playoffs. They have a lot of work to do still. But I can definitely see them doing it because they got a lot of heart on that team, and I love it.
Yeah.
Since day one.
I think they end up clinching the bye. Did they clinch a bye?
No, I don't think they clinched the bye. I think the byes right now are, what is it? Ravens,
Lions, yeah, Niners, yeah. They did clinch buys. I know they won the division. I know they definitely won the division.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, and it's been you could definitely tell too, and it's funny because you've kind of seen them shift over more to Gibbs too. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh, Jamar
Gibbs is playing fantastic, and I think that. And they do have Montgomery too, who is still a great.
Well, that's a great thing.
Great back,
You can't run Jamar into the ground.
No, absolutely not. And I do think that their run game will help them get through the play, make it at least a deep push to the playoffs. And am I saying that they could beat a Niners team?
The Lions? I could see it.
I could see it too.
Especially after what just happened to them. I could see it.
Yeah. That'd be some crazy. I see. You know what's funny is the two teams that I do think will be upset in the playoffs, no question. I think the Dolphins are going to get upset in the playoffs. I can see I can see a team coming out and really wanting it more than the Dolphins do.
Oh yeah,
and just catching them flat on their feet and taking off and smoking them. Which is
that's all you have to do. Just put the brakes on them a little bit, and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's funny because
I
would I be crazy to say that the Ravens have a possibility to do that too?
I don't really see them falling apart like that. They've been playing such solid football for weeks. They've been playing just solid football.
But where does it end? Does it end?
It definitely can end, but I don't know.
I'm excited to
see some laser focus on that team.
I think after this week we should have a little bit more of a clear cut of what is going to be in the play. Who's playing who in the playoffs. So that should be interesting to see. And I do think that the Lions can be that team to sneak up on somebody and take one from them. And also, I think I don't know what the hell happened to the Jaguars.
I feel like
I'm looking at the numbers here. I mean, I don't know what happened. I mean, we've had some people on social media tell us that they thought the Jaguars were kind of frauds in the beginning of the year. I remember, and I was kind of sitting high for the Jaguars because I did like what Trevor Lawrence brought to the table. I did like their running back over there. I did like their receiving core over there, and it surprised me that the fall from grace has been so hard on the Jaguars. Because one of the last teams that I would have expected for that to happen to, and especially after watching what the Browns have been through, and seeing them bounce back to continue just moving forward. You lost Chubb early in the year.
At the beginning of the year,
you lose Deshaun.
Yeah.
Me and you were like, maybe their defense can carry them to the playoffs. We had no idea that Joe Flacco was going to step up and be Joe Cool. We didn't know. And we didn't know, and it's funny. I saw something today that was how bad would Ravens fans feel if the Browns beat the Ravens in the playoffs with Joe Flacco?
That would be Well, did Joe Flacco? He didn't win one with them, did he?
Of course he
did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the only one that they won.
That was a crazy
game.
Yeah,
that was with Ray Lewis was on that team.
Lewis. Was that the game where the lights went out that year? Or is that the...
I believe so.
Was it that one?
Yeah, I want to check that.
Make sure I'm not fully crazy. But that would, because it was Ravens 49ers,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you're right. Ravens, Niners.
Yeah. Joe Cool, baby.
It was Harbaugh versus Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaepernick was the starting QB for the Niners too at that time. But yeah, so that would be insane. And I do think that if
It could
Flacco
happen, yeah.
can do that, if Flacco can end up coming out and beating the team that said we're done with you, we don't want you anymore. Oh man, how does what does that do for Lamar? Because I feel like before we get into Week 17 games, I want just general curiosity is over here. What does that do for Lamar's reputation? If let's say I do think that what I've seen from Lamar, as much as I've been shitting on Lamar the entire year, I do think that he has a very good chance of winning MVP.
He could.
His odds have definitely improved since when we've last had this conversation, and I do see it being a very big possibility. But if Tyreek does break the record for most receiving yards, I do see Tyreek possibly winning it. Mm-hmm. Let's say, for football's sake, Lamar wins the MVP, and Lamar loses to Joe Flacco and the Browns. What does that do for Lamar? Are we still Lamar, the Ravens? Are we still giving Lamar this much flack that he still can? Maybe he does win a game. Maybe he wins one playoff series. Maybe he doesn't. But where do we go from that point when that does happen? Because I do strongly believe that could happen. Now, what does that do to his legacy? Yeah, he's won 3 regular season MVPs, right? What the hell does that mean? That means nothing unless you got a ring. Mm-hmm. At least one, And there was the topic of conversation that I saw that was it was Joe Flacco. They were comparing Joe Flacco's numbers to Russell Wilson's numbers, and they're almost identical.
Really?
Almost identical.
Like rushing wise as well?
That I'm not too sure about. I'm sorry, passing yards. I'm saying passing yards. I'm saying passing touchdowns. All the big ones.
Yeah.
So, where does that? I just don't know where that puts Lamar. You got 3 MVP regular season MVPs, no Super Bowl championship, no playoff wins. Where
but you have 1 Super Bowl win, and you have no MVPs, no Offensive Player of the Years, no.
Now, do you think that holds more weight than 1 Super Bowl? So you look at Flacco. Flacco's got 1 Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, but again, like if Lamar wins a game, most likely it's because Lamar won. When they won that year, it was their defense that won. They had Ed Reed, they had Ray Lewis, they had a doghouse over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, Lamar has that too. Lamar has a great defense as well.
Not
that.
No, absolutely. Not.
But
no.
It's different because, and even if Flacco comes in and beats Lamar, it also depends. If Lamar blows the game, you might say there's something with him in playoffs. Maybe he just jokes in the playoff, and
it's like a Dak situation.
Yeah, and it's like Dan Marino. Everyone says he's amazing. He might have been the best ever, but he never won a Super Bowl, so you can't even put him into question. So it definitely puts a big mark on your legacy if you don't have a Super Bowl.
Now I have another question for you. So Flacco, I'm going to go back to this conversation here. Flacco and Russell Wilson. I saw it on ESPN today. Identical stats. Who do you put in the Hall of Fame? Do you put Flacco in, or do you put Russell Wilson in? Do you think Russell Wilson is doing or has done enough to be put there? Or do you think that Flacco hasn't really done enough? Because realistically, Russell's been there. The stats are almost the same Super Bowl championships.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't really see, they're both great and all, but, Hall of Fame is it's an extra step. Everybody shouldn't get into it just because they've won a Super Bowl or whatnot. Russell Wilson, he didn't really change the game in, a certain way. He's not like a standout athlete. He's a great quarterback and all. Yeah, all due respect to him. He's phenomenal. Hall of Fame, it's still up for debate.
Yeah.
for both of them, even,
You say the same thing for Flacco too.
Even Flacco, it's not like, he's had Flacco, I could say a little more because he's had, a little more time. He's had that Super Bowl. But, both of them would be, none of them are first ballot Hall of Famers.
Yeah. I mean, unless Flacco wins one this year.
That's a different story because, coming back
Flacco
off
comes in.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
That is.
No, I agree. And I also think the question, too, with the Browns is like, let's say Flacco does get them pretty deep into the playoffs. Do you want Deshaun back?
No. At this point, no. I don't want him back at all.
You guaranteed him $200 million.
Care.
You don't care? You let that walk out the door?
No, you can't. Yeah.
He's got guaranteed money.
It's just a horrible contract. It's because, this is bound to happen almost. He's a very injury-prone quarterback. It happened twice this year. I mean...
Yeah. I don't know. I think that should be interesting to see what happens with that.
Because, how do you... Because even if Flacco gets in there and he gets one win, what do you do next year? How do you be like he came in and just... showed out so well, did so good for this team, and to next year just be like, sorry, you did your best, but
thanks, man.
Move
but
on.
I think it could be also Flacco going somewhere else. I don't think it could necessarily be the Browns saying,
bring him to the Giants, baby.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened to our boy over there, Tommy Cutlets.
Tyrod came back. He actually played pretty good too.
Yeah, no, I thought so.
Yeah.
It's funny. I said last week about the Giants possibly beating the Eagles, and it was a lot closer. I don't know if you're watching that game. It was closer than I anticipated, and it was a lot closer than a lot of people anticipated.
But that's what happens when the Giants play the Eagles.
But honestly, though, I'm not too high on these Eagles, man.
They've shown some
weakness. And I also think the Chiefs have shown some weakness, regardless of who
the Chiefs definitely
have
weakness.
Has.
The Chiefs definitely have weaknesses, and we obviously know that it's the receiving core. Mahomes can't do everything. Mahomes, you can't say it. When you watch him play, he's playing like Mahomes, and he's doing his thing.
Yeah, no, he's trying.
He's getting away. Exactly. He's trying his best, and there's only so much he can do. And I feel like I say it every week. But there's only so much he can do.
Yeah.
He plays like him, and no one gets open, and he has to run for 5 yards, and
it's funny. It's just, I don't know. We looked at these teams as powerhouses going into,
we also thought
these last couple, the end game.
We thought Tony was going to be that guy. He was expected to be able to step up to the plate. Kadarius Toney, yeah.
Listen,
we all thought in the beginning of the year that he was going to be.
Everyone's known that he's not the guy.
No.
Kadarius Toney
at the beginning of the year,
dude, he had a problem. He already had an issue in the beginning. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know that there was something that happened in the beginning of the year that people were shitting on.
No, in the beginning, no, that's what I'm saying. But coming into this season, before any games, I was thinking. They don't have a lot, but I was at least Tony is a guy they can rely on.
McCall Hardman, as more of the guy coming off of he was on the Jet, coming from the Jets.
Yeah,
who he played great on the Jets, and they've had nothing. So him going to somebody where he's been a letdown.
Yeah,
he's been literally, if he's injured, even before he was injured, he was non-existent. He wasn't getting touches. So I do think that there is going to be a major Devontae Adams trade on the horizon. I do believe that, and I do believe that he's not happy over in Vegas, and I could see that being something that happens. Granted, they are playing fantastic. They just beat the Chiefs on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great defense. Maybe it's just adding that piece at the draft, or adding a QB that maybe they don't move Devontae, but I do think that they need to figure out something over there in Kansas City because they are missing Tyreek big time.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, yeah.
Especially this year. Watching him almost do 2,000 yards receiving is probably stinging them a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, they got a championship last year without him. Regardless.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Seeing that and be like, shit, man.
That could have been our yards.
That could have been our yards. Mm-hmm. Exactly. We could be what Miami is right now, if not better than what Miami is.
Because maybe Tony wouldn't have been that like key guy, and then they would have used
have
him.
to lean on
I don't
him
know.
as much.
I don't know. There is no excuse for what he's done.
Listen, I agree, and I do think that there is a major upgrade coming on.
Has to be. They
On the
got to
receiver
do
front
something
in Kansas City this year.
They
Regardless, I don't really know where they sit in the playoffs because I can't. I look at these other teams and I say, okay, can the Chiefs beat the Lions? No. Could the Chiefs beat the Dolphins? No. Could the Chiefs beat the Ravens? No. Can the Chiefs beat the Cowboys? No. Who else do we have?
Yeah.
The Rams. I don't even see the Chiefs beating the Rams.
I could see them beat the Rams because they're kind of like.
I don't know. I can't see them beating the Eagles.
No,
Can't see them beating the Niners. Can't see. I mean, Bengals aren't going to make it.
These are just better teams.
I can't see them beating the Browns. Right? Any of those teams that I just listed, can you see the Chiefs beating those teams in the playoffs? Absolutely not. No shot.
I mean, I could see them beating them. It's just...
Nah, I can't see it at all. I can't. From what I've seen from this point right now, for the last 4 or 5 weeks that I've been saying, this team does not look like it is a playoff team. And even if they limp and drag themselves into the playoffs, I don't see them...
Yeah, how far do you...
How far, I think it comes to a certain point where it gets to, okay, we need to evaluate this as a whole and say, okay, we're not going to make it deep into the playoffs. Should we continue to win these games?
But if you're really, when you get to a point when you already have that many wins, there's no point in tanking them.
No, I'm not saying tanking, but I'm saying, granted, you lost against Vegas. You play the Bengals this week. The Bengals are still kind of floating, and they, a win or two more could. Are they going to come out with more heat than the Chiefs do at Arrowhead? Which, granted, Vegas beat them in Arrowhead last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I watched something from Kelsey that said, I don't know if you saw a clip from from one of their podcasts, the Kelseys. But they were talking about they hit Travis was getting all angry and like I gotta play better and this and that, which. I mean, he's definitely last game he struggled.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely struggled last game. But I don't think all the weight falls on him, and I do think that they are definitely feeling the pressure of it all, especially with Kelsey in the spotlight.
Well, because that's the thing, it is kind of on Kelsey because he's the only receiver out there. Because so everyone's now double teaming him.
Exactly. So I am very curious to see how that plays out. But let's get into the Week 17 games. What to watch, who to sit and start. So the Lions are playing the Cowboys. That's the Saturday game. So this was the last Thursday night game of the year, which is tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lions play the Cowboys. Who you taking there?
I'm gonna go with the Lions, baby.
Lions?
Playing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Good.
I mean, even though I think the Lions already clinched, so I can't really see them. Going crazy this game because I can't imagine them wanting to hurt their players.
Yeah. So I can understand where you're coming from, but I'm still going.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same with the Cowboys too. I mean, I can't imagine that they want to bang up their guys before they get into a deep run. Dolphins Ravens should be a very interesting game because.
Yeah, see what they do.
I think did the Ravens clinch? The Ravens they have a spot. I think it's just they're fighting for. I think this might be for the bye.
It might be.
This game might be a big one. I'm gonna.
It is for the bye.
So I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Yeah,
this one here.
I'm going for the Ravens too.
It's funny because the Dolphins I think need this win.
They need it, but again, the Ravens have that defense that'll just.
Yeah, and I do think this will be another test for Lamar if he can come out and pull this game out. I think it shows a lot. I mean, you beat the top two best teams in the league, the Niners
back to back,
and the Dolphins back to back. That says something.
It does.
That says something. And now you got the Bills Patriots. They play on Sunday. It was only one Saturday game this week. It was one Saturday game. That's weird. So the Lions Cowboys is a Saturday game, and then the Dolphins Ravens is Sunday. And the Patriots Bills, I think the Bills would take this one.
Yeah.
I think the Bills would take this one. Bears Falcons.
Falcons.
Taking the Bears on that one.
Yeah.
I think the Bears should be able to produce a little something against the Falcons. Titans-Texans. I think the Texans will take this one,
Me too.
even though, Derrick Henry had a better game than last week.
Yeah.
I think the Texans are still fighting for a spot. I think they have a little bit more oomph in their step.
They definitely got that oomph.
Raiders-Colts. I think the Raiders will beat the brakes off the Colts, especially after coming off a hot win like last week against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Panthers-Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cat versus cat.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars will beat them. Rams-Giants should be a cool game.
Yeah. Who are you going for?
I'm going for the Rams.
I'll go for the boys.
You going for the boys
Yeah,
in
I'll
blue?
go for the boys in blue.
Boys in blue. Hey, listen, I would love to see the Giants win on that one. That'd be a nice little treat. Even though it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You know,
if they,
it's funny because it says in this article here, it says that they're still in the hunt.
Wild card, baby. Never
5-9.
test the giant wild card. You never know.
They're 5-9 right here. There's the same
There's
record as the
no
Bears.
way.
Look at
Look
that.
at us.
Look at that. I mean, if they win,
There's no way that we're still in the hunt.
if they win this week and the next week, they could possibly still be in the hunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they win this week, and the Packers lose, and the Falcons lose, and the Saints lose, and the Vikings lose, and the Giants do win, they could possibly sneak into the wild card. But if who do they play week? They play the Eagles week 18, so that'd be the doozy. If
What a
they
way
have
to end our season.
Yeah, right. But that should be interesting to see the Rams Giants. I like seeing Stafford play. I do like seeing the Rams play. So
So do
that's
I.
cool. So that's the 1:00 game on Sunday. Cardinals Eagles. I think the Eagles will take that one.
Me too.
That's a 1:00 game. And the Saints Bucks is the 1:00 game.
Go with the Bucks.
Going with the Bucks too. Saints, I don't know, man. Just put Taysom Hill in, man.
I know. So simple.
Run him everywhere.
So simple.
Tight end, QB,
Exactly, though. But
running back,
yeah, never know.
wide receiver. You can do it all. I don't know why you just Saints. Listen, guys.
So simple.
If you're looking,
So simple.
we have offensive coordinators.
I
looking
got
for
you,
jobs.
bro. I got you. Got the playbook of the century.
Just Taysom Hill.
Exactly. Everywhere.
Just a picture of Taysom Hill in the
Yeah.
playbook.
This is what we do.
So Niners, Commanders. Niners, I think, smoked the brakes off Commanders.
Yeah.
Steelers, Seahawks.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah, we want the Seahawks too. I do think that they will sneak in there.
Seahawks and
I do think the Seahawks will get in the will sneak in and make a little playoff. 8-7 right now. They win this game 9-7.
looking good.
Yeah,
I like them.
Not too shabby. Yeah, I like them too. I like to see that underdog team kind
So
of
do
come on
I.
and just
Do something.
just pick off the pick them off a little
Exactly.
bit. That's what I'm saying. You go if you get if let's say the Seahawks go in and they play a beat up Niners team. They very well could beat that beat up Niners team and make a nice little steep run. That's why I think football is so crazy because
You never know what's gonna happen.
you could have the Niners going in and the Dolphins going in as these powerhouse teams, and one of those wheels starts to come off that train.
And they're gone.
That's it.
Dust in the wind.
That's it. So Steelers Seahawks taking the Seahawks, Bengals Chiefs. So make or break game for the Chiefs.
Going with the Chiefs.
Going with the Chiefs.
Yeah, if they lose this one, that's a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Just the fact of losing it is just.
Especially at home.
Yeah, at home, Tay watching. That's just not a good luck.
Yeah, nah, especially with
Going in,
Tay
it's
watching. Man, that's awful.
Not a good luck.
It's awful. Now Chargers Broncos. I think the Broncos will take that one. You see, Russell's done.
Yeah.
Russell's out of there.
I know.
Russell's out of there. They're saying that, and guess what? He's still getting paid that money that he's guaranteed.
That's what happens.
$38 million he's guaranteed.
That's what happens.
And he doesn't want to waive his no trade contract.
Maybe
clause, so.
after this year, all these coaches will take a step back with paying these players so much.
That will never happen.
Maybe they'll just take a look and be like, or maybe they'll just reevaluate how they do everything. Be like, really look at their money a little bit. See what they're all. Look at how much wasted money. We should look that up. How much wasted money is on quarterbacks between Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, all of that. I mean, there has to be Aaron Rodgers. Just so much wasted money that no one even, just throw it away. Don't even think about it. Like, it's hundreds, and it has to be hundreds of millions that these coaches are just wasting on these.
So this is quarterback spending here. So the Titans are paying.
I love this.
That is insane.
Exactly.
That is actually crazy. The Titans are paying. I want to say that's Tannehill. Is that Tannehill's salary?
It has to be.
Tannehill's salary.
That's that.
15%.
And Will Levis. That's what I'm saying. That's so. $36 million wasted.
So the Chiefs.
That's not wasted.
$37 million for.
Yeah, but that's
crazy.
That's
crazy. So he's getting paid $37 million. He's getting paid $36.
Yeah.
Mahomes is getting paid $1 million more than
Ryan
Tannehill.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's money that could be put to getting your team so much better.
That's a reasonable.
For Jared Goff,
Goff.
like he comes out there, he performs. But like, go to the Broncos. See what they're paying Russ. 22.
Yeah, but that's for this year. What do they owe him next year? They owe him $35 million. $55 million in 2025?
Way.
I don't know if that's guaranteed, though. Is that guaranteed?
Just, oh my God. That's the thing.
Here's a breakdown here. So, he is owed a total of 22. Yeah, these are guaranteed. So, he's owed this money.
That's what I'm saying.
Total guaranteed, $161 million.
Just look
Russell
at these
Wilson's on a
players.
5-year, $242 million contract with the Denver Broncos, including a $50 million signing bonus,
like
$161 million guaranteed, and an average salary of $48 million.
I think it's just crazy.
That's insane, dude.
Because, like, you can get somebody better for that. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, I mean, at the time, no one really knew that, though. Like, when they traded for him, they didn't really think that he was going to be, like, this awful.
But, he's... when you hear, like, teammates talk about Russ, they always say that he was, like, the odd man out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
I do think that that's kind of crazy, though, honestly. But it's kind of crazy because they're not even that high. I mean, the Titans are higher in their quarterback than.
That's what I'm saying. It's nuts. It's like, so
let's see.
What do they give?
Let's go to the next year. Let's check this out. Oh, the boys.
See, but
Jesus Christ, $60 million?
Holy hell!
That's insane.
See, but like,
and what are they paying? What are they paying Deshaun? 64, 63. That's insane. Like that, and half of that money is guaranteed. Half of Deshaun's contract is guaranteed. $230 million is guaranteed. They have to pay him till 2026.
I can't. Do these people just give money away? Like they're literally do they just throw the book at them? Just give them a blank check? What do you want? You want that? Guaranteed? Sure, no problem. Come on, Deshaun. You want to break your leg in a month? Tour. Like, thought this was supposed to be a business.
It's insane.
gotta get Trump in here, fix everything up. Get in there. You guys are paying these people how much to do what? To sit on the bench with an injury? What are you guys doing?
See, like I think some players, teams can apply for like insurance on them. So if they do get hurt, they do get some of that money back from their cap because they got hurt and they were missing that year. I don't think that they have that on Deshaun though.
That's so wild.
Well, it's I just find that crazy. I mean, the Cardinals, what are they paying? Kyler Murray, $51 million.
I mean, I don't know.
$59 million.
I don't know what to say.
That's crazy.
I don't know if you blame the players for. I mean, do you blame the players if someone's giving you that much money? You're not going to take it?
No, of course not. I don't blame the players. You're the only one that blames the players.
I don't blame the players.
You blame the players for not.
This entire time I've been saying, head coaches, get your shit together. It's a business. Negotiate a little
bit. Coaches, it's the salary.
Or whoever.
It's the total salary cap. When they raise the cap, these guys expect more money.
No, they don't expect. You don't just get money because the salary. You earn it. You earn the money. You play it and earn it.
But that's not how the NFL works.
And I'm saying it's silly, and they need to fix it and change it. That's why they need to get Trump up in there.
Why don't we set up a meeting with Roger Goodell, and we can have a nice little sit down and explain to him
explain
we think
the finer bits of business
that their salary cap is way too goddamn much.
Look, I don't care about the salary cap. It can be as high as baseball doesn't even have a salary cap.
It does.
All right, whatever.
It is a salary cap in baseball.
But it can be as high as it wants. Just
like a
pay
tax.
the players what they deserve to be played. Mahomes, yes. Lamar, yes. Tyreek, McCaffrey, yes. Give them whatever. Other players, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Ryan Tannehill. Yes, Ryan Tannehill gave you his entire life as a player. You should pay him a little bit. Yeah. But you can't just give him your team away.
I don't know. I mean, Tannehill's a sticky situation. I mean,
give him a 22. Give him a $25 million contract. You got 10 extra mil that you can throw at somebody. A better receiver.
TJ Watt's is the top salaries. Actually, I want to see for next year. I feel like that's more important, and then we'll move on. And the Packers-Vikings, I feel like, is a pretty obvious Packers, or maybe not.
I don't know. What do you mean, Vikings?
Yeah, maybe Vikings.
I'll go with the Vikings if you're going with the Packers.
Yeah, I'll go with the Packers. So Tannehill's second in cap hit ratings next year. So it's Mahomes, Tannehill, Jared Goff, T.J. Watt, Dak Prescott, Chris Jones, which is an interesting one.
Which is fine.
Which is interesting because he's not making a lot of money either. It's $26 million.
Yeah.
Compared to Donald.
Mm-hmm.
Donald's making. I mean, he's old, but still.
Yeah, I know. Donald's still the best.
See, I thought Mike Evans was a free agent this year. Is it a player option? Oh yeah, it's a player. I mean, that's for another time. I don't know where he goes. But now I want to get into the laughs and long shots. This should be a good one. We got some good videos for you guys. Some very interesting, probably not allowed on YouTube. But we're gonna try our best to put them.
I feel like these are fine.
So yeah, I mean, maybe not this one, but
yeah, that one's a little.
That might be a little edgy, but
it's hilarious though.
We just send things sometimes, so it's all right. All right, let's see. All right, so let's get into the first one, which I'm gonna get into the football one first, which was this was Elijah Moore. This was tonight. This just happened.
Very scary.
Yeah, this is scary, dude.
I didn't see the hit that caused this or what caused this, but I don't know. That's very scary. When someone doesn't have control over their body, that's like a brain neurological problem.
See, now I want to turn this to a serious note here. I mean, how do you fix this? How do you stop that? I mean, because you'd have to, this is not.
I don't know.
This is not a it's not like this happens every once in a while. This is happening a lot more often, I feel like, in the last couple of years than it has, in the past.
Yeah.
So, you had DeMar, you had him, you had Tua last year.
Yeah.
You had a lot of players having a lot of issues. I mean, this is gonna hurt people long term. Like having your brain hit like that, and your arms going up to the side like that, dude. It's he obviously got really badly concussed. I'm assuming, at worst. I hope. Just. When is the NFL going to sit and take a look and say, all right, well, maybe we need to give them better helmets or upgrade the protection in the shoulder, make the shoulder pads softer. I have no idea. I'm not an engineer, but all I know is that they need to figure out something to make this stop happening.
Yeah,
because this is going to hurt the game the longer this continues. Because people see this and they're like, oh my god,
yeah,
what a brutal, awful sport. Why would anyone want to participate in football? You see that. You see a man that got hit by another man who's literally struggling to even stand up or move. How does that look from an aspect of the NFL?
Yeah, it's definitely a bad look,
I feel like a lot of this shit is just kind of, just kind of swept under the rug a little bit. Like it's not, it's sometimes it's football. I get it happens. I get it's a hard, rugged game, but that shit can't happen.
I wish I saw the hit that made or like what made that happen. Because I don't really know how much more. Like maybe they should just stop wearing helmets. Go back to the old leather heads. I don't know. Because rugby players don't... how do rugby players not get concussed all the time? They don't wear helmets. They don't wear anything. They don't wear no pads.
There it is right here. So it looks like he just fell right in his head. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just... I guess how...
This is old. There it is. Yeah, it looks like he just got his head just.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
dug into the ground.
Yeah, maybe the helmet hit his nose or went. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I do think that is a big issue that I do think the NFL needs to step back and take a look and maybe make some changes if it's to the equipment, if it's to... I don't think we need to change the tackling because I think that's already ridiculous as it is.
Changed so much.
And I don't think that needs to be changed. I just think it needs to be the equipment-wise. If it's maybe... Listen, I know that sounds crazy, but I do think that you do need some different type of equipment to help prevent this because it's not...
Yeah.
Then I don't really feel like they've done enough to do that. You change the tackling, you change this, but I get that these are freak injuries, and I get that this happens, but I feel like the concussions were not as frequent. I mean, you hear some of these stories like J.J. Watt on Pat McAfee.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I had a concussion. Yeah, I mean, did I tell the trainer? No. They have a whole concussion protocol. I get that.
Is that on the NFL
but this
or
is
is that on the...
This is long-term.
That's not the NFL's fault. That's J.J. Watt's fault. He took that
into
his
I'm
own...
not saying that, but I'm saying injuries like that are long-term injuries that could possibly affect you when you're older and done playing this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially from somebody that's just sitting here watching football, like an everyday guy, watching that is like, why would anyone want to possibly have that happen to them?
Yeah,
that's awful.
I mean, yeah, of course, it's horrible, but
I do think that there needs to be some changes, especially when it comes to the equipment. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the equipment. Maybe it's not.
Could be. But that's the thing. What do you They say it might be the helmets because when you go down and you hit, your head rattles in it, and have you ever worn a football helmet?
No.
The padding in it is nothing. It's it's not this. It's not soft this. It's a hard. It's like a hard little padding. Mm-hmm. So you hit your head, you still get a head ring. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe. If you do just have the leather heads, no one's leading with their head. No one's doing that. Ex-rugby. They got to call up rugby.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
You're
this is
"How
like
the
a
hell do y'all
hybrid of
do this?"
literally like a hybrid of all those rugby, soccer.
That's
It's like
what
a hybrid of that's what football is.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe as crazy and as silly that's gonna fucking stupid that's gonna look. Maybe that is the answer to prevent people from
Yeah, no pads.
no pads. But I want to get into the next one here. This was an interesting one. This was Lamar getting tripped up in the end zone. Oh, that's loud.
Running back. And to be honest, that doesn't even look like it's intentional grounding.
Yeah, no, you're honestly kind of right.
Where does he throw it? He throws it right. Come on, that's...
Oh, there's no one in that area.
So
Yeah,
what? Once you're out of the pocket, you can throw it wherever the hell you want.
Then you have to throw it to a certain area.
Not if you're out of the pocket. Intentional grounding is when you're in the pocket and you throw it to nobody.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
you
why
can be
when
out
you're-
of the pocket and basically throw it
you
to
can
nobody.
you can be out of the pocket and throw it anywhere.
Huh.
But that's why when you're in the pocket, you have to try to throw it.
What if? But that's the thing, though. If he's in the end zone,
It doesn't
I
matter
think it's
as
different.
long as you're out of the pocket.
no, because I
It's-
think if he's in the end zone, it's different. Because if you're
Intentional
intentionally
grounding is-
throwing the ball, look, there's actually nobody in that vicinity of the ball.
I'm almost positive intentional grounding has
I
to
have
do
to
with
look
the
this up.
pocket. Look it up, baby. Almost positive it has to do with the pocket. That's always what I've known.
If the pass fails to go beyond the line of scrimmage, it doesn't look like he threw the ball beyond the
Definitely didn't.
No. Watch that again now.
Okay. No, there's no way you
Yeah,
threw it
just-
beyond the...
Yeah. Shot. Okay, well, there it is.
All right.
All right. The more you know.
Exactly.
The more you know. But yeah, that was Lamar getting tripped up there. I mean, they still ended up coming out with the victory. I mean, Purdy had an awful game.
Oh, my God.
Horrendous game. And, I did not expect that. I really expected the Niners to come in there and take care of biz, and they did not do that.
Not at all.
They did not do that. Purdy showed that, hey, maybe this isn't for me. But-
It's just one game.
I know. But I do think that
I think he threw more interceptions in that game than the whole
yeah,
year.
then the whole yeah. Do like 4 interceptions. But I think that they do have a bounce back week this week. But now let's get into this crazy ass clip. I think I can play the sound on this. Just lower it a little bit.
Just having a nice stroll. Take little.
It's funny because you see it right there.
And he's fine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, that came out of nowhere. That's what's so scary about like the snow. It's so hard to judge.
Yeah, it's funny because you
Where it is.
look, you definitely see here. I'm gonna slow. You can see here
Yeah,
that they're,
that's why it's
people
so,
look like,
you're like, oh, maybe
people
it's
got
just,
to the end, and they were like, oh shit, I can't jump on,
know.
I can't go over that. He didn't realize that till about right here.
Oh my God, that's a free fall.
I mean, if you're falling onto just soft ass snow, I can't imagine you hurting
And
yourself.
yeah, that's powder. That's feet of just
Yeah.
powder.
probably just like oh god, that has to be scary though.
That has to be.
I mean, it's depending on how you fall,
Yeah,
too. I mean,
good-
you could technically hurt yourself bad. Like, if
if
you're
you fell
falling
on a
feet
rock-
first, no, I'm saying like if he this jump here, if he, let's
Oh,
see,
if he tried to land it?
I tried to land that jump.
Yeah, that's.
Look, you see him turn his body, like he kind of turns his body a little bit
Yeah.
as he's falling.
Yeah, because your skis could get you.
Your
Your
skis,
poles.
yeah, exactly. Look, his skis go.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
I love that he keeps cursing.
Like, you can see him kind of like twist his
Yeah, at the
body
last
the other way.
second.
Damn, dude. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Always watch your surroundings.
You know, that just proves one thing. The cameraman never dies.
Uh-huh.
The cameraman never dies. This is another video that is old, but I think
it's
it
a
is
classic.
hysterical. Oh, shit. I want to pause this because I don't know this. It's so loud. All right.
Yeah. So angry. He's like, all right, that's it. That's enough.
Dude, his hand is
shattered.
jagged, dude. I see. It's funny is I knew he wasn't breaking through that glass. I'll show you. Ready? Right there. You see that run? You see his run? He ain't breaking through that glass. Get out of here. Doing man, he's almost hitting him in the face. There's no way he's hitting that glass. There's no way he's breaking that glass.
He's like, all right.
I was all right. That's enough.
Pissed with my
I
trailer.
just got. There needs to be an ad for this person's glass on their car because
That's the best. You know?
the glass just took 6 punches to the driver's side glass and did not. You don't see a crack on that thing.
Our glass is dickhead proof.
Damn.
I wonder how long he would have went if his girl didn't
Yeah.
pull him off. I wonder how broken
He
his
would have
hand
chopped
would
that
have
tree
been.
down eventually. And now this might be
Might be a little
my favorite video of all time. YouTube, no one got hurt. The fire was put out. It's okay. Everyone was okay. I just want to know. What the guy.
What was going through this guy's mind?
What was going through this guy's mind?
Because he had a fire. There's lots of things I can use to put. Oh, I have a jacket. Let me start hitting him with the jacket. Yeah, there we go. Smart guy. Oh no, I got a bike, guys. Don't worry, I got this one. Yeah, it's out.
Oh, he's just still walking around.
He's like, oh, it didn't work. He's like, that was bound to work. Yeah, stop, drop, and roll, buddy.
Get on the ground.
First grade. Just tackling.
It was just smacking him with his jacket.
See, they needed more bikes. This guy had the right idea. If they just pummeled him with bikes.
Look, oh, I didn't see him. I didn't see. Oh, look, you could see where he comes in too. Look, he grabs it right here on the side. I didn't even see that before.
He's like, oh,
shit,
perfect. I know exactly.
No fire hydrant. I improvise.
And like, it's just the worst attempt.
the weakest throw ever too.
It looked like he actually tried to pick it up again and be like, oh, maybe I'll try it again. It didn't work the first time.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I mean,
he's like, nah, you know what? That one actually didn't work. Oh my god!
Yeah, we're just smacking him with the boots. Oh, that's amazing. That is great. Oh boy! But anyways, guys, was gonna do it.
That's it.
So we have New Year's coming up this week. I'm going to be away. I will be at the Winter Classic. Maybe I put up a little vlog.
Yeah, do a little something.
From Seattle?
Do a little something. I won't be there. I'll be bartending.
I'm going to be with my friends, Kerry, Justin, Logan. We're supposed to go to Seattle on Sunday, so maybe I do a little.
Yeah, do a little something.
We're going to be at Seattle Mariners Stadium. So, I mean, maybe I'll get some clips or something.
Yeah.
But I will have a video regardless if it's Madden, if it's something next week. And then we do have ski trip the following week.
Oh, yeah.
I have a GoPro. There should be no problem this time with footage.
And there'll be good footage.
It'll be good footage.
Hitting jumps, going fast, don't worry.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
Exactly. So
We're not schlumps.
yeah, you'll be actually able to see us, not the stars in the sky at nighttime, because that's all my camera ended up picking up was the stars in the sky from the night skiing. But that's going to be 2 weeks. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next time.
We'll see you guys.
Later, guys.
Deuces.
Peace.